Have you ever had a game that was unique to Japan, but you wanted to tell someone in English about it? Well, that's what a Japanese person did today, and they asked me to fix their English. So let's do that on today's episode of English Repair Shop, Social English Podcast. Let's get started. Hey, everybody, Percy here. Welcome back to the Social English Podcast. I want to once again thank you for joining me here. Sorry for a couple of little audio things, but we'll get through it. It's pretty much an ongoing live show. Okay, so today, first let's tell you what the Social English Podcast is about. If this is the first time you are here, you will hear English from a Native American, myself, and others. This is also a YouTube channel where you can watch the video version if you like. What I do here is I give you advice on how to speak English properly, conversation basics, not just a kaiwa, but culture of conversation, structure of conversation, real conversation, not practice or phony, but real life conversation. Also current modern slang from American English, and what it means. And I also will give you mistakes where Google Translate makes mistakes, and also mistakes when people ask me to fix their English, and if I can help them out. So today we have a person, a Japanese learner who is talking about something they enjoy. Okay? But in these English Repair Shop episodes, they're in 4 parts. Part 1 is the original wrong English. Part 2 is the social English, or what I will give you is the clear social English version. Part 3 is the hints that I give you or tips. And then part 4 is the fast English. Okay, so let's get started right away. Let's look at the wrong English version. Recently, okay, here we go. Recently, I'm crazy about Mahjong. I want to go Mahjong parlor someday. Let me read that one more time. Recently, I'm crazy about Mahjong. I wanna go Mahjong parlor someday. Okay, so that is the wrong English version. There are only some small mistakes. So to all of my Japanese listeners, or listeners from wherever you are in the world, remember that sometimes the mistakes are small. And that's okay. Little by little, you will get better with your English. No problem. Especially speaking English. Okay? So, let me go in here and let me give you the correct English version of how this should sound like. Okay? Let's go through it one line by one. I've taken up a new hobby, Mahjong, and I'm crazy about it. Someday, I want to go to a Mahjong parlor. Okay? Here it is one more time. a little bit different version. I started playing Mahjong recently, and I'm crazy about it. Someday, I want to go to a Mahjong
この
parlor.
ショーを気に入っていただけたら5つ星のレビューをぜひお願いします。
Okay, as you can see
コメン
there,
トは
with
英
that
語か
person's
日本語
English,
でお書きいただければ喜んで
there were
読
only
ませていただきま
small
す。
small mistakes, not many
RealSocialEnglish.com にアク
big
セスして
mistakes.
ぜ
So
ひ
let me
無料
go.
で
Let me show you
ダウ
the
ンロード
tips
して
that
く
I
だ
have
さい。
for you. Let's go look into this one
ほ
more
とんど
time.
の日本人の英語を勉
For
強
the
している
first
人がやって
sentence
しま
here,
いがちな7つの間違いと
you
その
want
正
to
しい言い
talk
方、
about
また
the
毎日
Mahjong
英語を
is
上達させるのに役立つ資料もたくさんあります。
started
Apple Podcast、
doing
Google
something.
Podcast、Stitcher、そして今はパンドラでもポッドキャストを
So you
購
want
読
to
いただけま
say
す。
you want to talk about
支援者になっていただ
Mahjong
けませんか？
early.
私たちが
So
この
you
シ
would
ョーを
like to
作る
say
ための支
something
援と
like,
して踊るの寄付をお願
I
いできませ
started
んか？
playing
今後の
Mahjong.
エピソードで感謝の気持ちをお伝えします。
Recently,
そこで
I
しか利用
took
でき
up
ない新しいコン
Mahjong.
テンツも入手できます。
Recently,
patreon.com/social
or
English から
I
ご参加ください。
began
ソーシャル
playing
メディアで
Mahjong
私たちのポッドキャストを友達
not
にシ
too
ェアした
long
り、
ago,
Twitter、
and I'm crazy about
Facebook、
it.
Instagram のフ
Something
ォロ
like
ー
that.
をお願いします。
You want to make sure you put the Mahjong at the beginning of the sentence so we can understand how you feel about it after you talk about the subject being the Mahjong. That's what we're talking about. So you want to put that to make it more clear and more understandable at the beginning for a beginner. Okay. So I think that's the best way to do that. Let's look at the second sentence. So here in the second sentence, the someday, you could put, I recommend, and my hint for you, my tip is to put someday at the beginning. Okay, so here I would put someday at the beginning. You could say, you could leave someday at the end, but in a more conversational and social English way, I would put it at the beginning because it's more, it has more, it shows your feeling, how you feel about something that you're going to say someday. So someday is kind of an expression as how you feel as well. So you should say someday. Put that at the beginning. And the next thing is I want to go to a Mahjong parlor. To go to a is missing here. So to go to a Mahjong parlor should be put in this particular sentence. Okay? Okay. Now, let's go into the last part. Let me give you a fast English version of what you would hear this in the correct English in reality, in real life. Okay? So let's go into that. I will give you two versions. Here's version 1. I just started playing Mahjong and I'm crazy about it. Someday I want to go to a Mahjong parlor. I'm so crazy about playing Mahjong that I'd like to go to a Mahjong parlor someday. Here's a third version, extra version for you. I just learned about Mahjong and I'm crazy about it. Someday, I want to go to a Mahjong parlor. And there you have it. That's the episode. That's how you talk about, and it's the correct English about talking about playing at a Mahjong parlor. I hope that you found this episode helpful. And for your action item today, I want you to talk about something you like to do, something that you recently learned. I just started playing tennis. I just started playing Mahjong. I just started playing chess, basketball, anything that you just started. Even a game. I just started playing Call of Duty or Fortnite. I don't know. Think of something interesting that you can tell somebody in a conversation, because you want to learn how to stack conversational topics. And I'll talk about that in another episode of the Social English Podcast. That's it for today's episode. Don't forget to follow us and leave a comment on what you did and how you changed this sentence on Twitter at Social English. Visit our website, realsocialenglish.com. See you in the next episode.
今日は楽しい時間をありがとうございました。ぜひ私たちのウェブサイト realsocialenglish.com を訪問して日本語訳と役立つ情報を手に入れてください。また次回お会いしましょう。バイバイ。See you next time. Bye bye.